like smoothies? Like, are you a big smoothie person? I myself have a smoothie every day. I make one at home. I bring it with me. It's really vegetable based, I would say. Lots of veggies in there. We got the cucumber, the celery, the spinach, lots of spinach. We got the avocado going on. And then I put some fruit and stuff, my collagen powder, Do you remember Euphoria? Do you remember that at all? Okay, well, the guest today is not from Euphoria. However, she kind of modeled some of her smoothies that she has made in her restaurant after some of the Euphoria smoothies we were talking about. But anyways, I have to go in now. I have to go in on a Monday when Dale is working, and I have to try their coffee smoothie. It sounds absolutely delicious because I love coffee and I love smoothies, two of my favorite things. It's a good combo. But if you love smoothies, or if you're just like dairy-free, right? Because Blendz is here. Blendz is dairy-free. I had no idea, actually. But yeah, Dale is here. We're talking about smoothies. We're talking about restaurants. We're talking about how she started the restaurant. And we're also talking about the fact that she's on to a new adventure. She's on to a new adventure, doing something else that's incredibly creative. So many people that sit across from me at this table are so brave, and I just love it. It's incredible to see, and just so many people are living their dream. It's just something that she's always wanted to do. Can't wait for you guys to join me for this chat with Dale, because it's amazing. She's awesome. Okay, before we get into that, have to thank our sponsor, one of our major sponsors, Source for Sports. If you have anything you need for any kind of sports, head over to Source for Sports. They are on Fisher, and they're sleek. They're black. They're sleek. The outside of the building now, it's very updated. It's very modern. It's gorgeous. Head in there. Ask Paul. He knows everything. His group, his team, his clan, they know everything there about sports. So whatever you need, head in there. They got you covered. Let's get into this chat with Dale. I'm Lisa Bueve, and this is To North Bay with Love.
It's almost that time of year. Early mornings at the rink, fresh notebooks and backpacks, and a community gearing up for another great season of varsity sports. At Source for Sports North Bay, we're proud to be part of it all. Whether it's finding your kid's first pair of skates, gearing up for tryouts, or outfitting your team for the season ahead, we've got you covered. Because here, we're not just a sports store, we're neighbors, coaches, teammates, and fans. And we're proud to cheer you on every shift, step, and stride of the way. Visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street and let us help you along your way.
Okay, Dale, first I want to know how you got your name.
Oh, my goodness. I was not expecting this question.
On the spot.
I don't really know where my name came from. I think my parents had a female friend named Dale, but they had named I have two sisters, and they named us all what they said were gender-neutral names.
Okay.
So that if we ever entered into like job markets and stuff like that, people wouldn't judge us based on our names initially.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a Ray, there's a Lee, and there's a Dale.
Ray, Lee, and Dale. Mm-hmm. I love it.
And I mean, to be gender neutral, everybody always thinks Dale is a male name.
Is a male name.
But
yeah,
I think I rock it.
Yeah, you totally rock it. You totally do. It's interesting because I see names come up kind of at the hospital. I work there and I register people. Anyways, part of my job. But we forget about when men were named Ashley.
Yeah, I know. Or
Madison.
Leslie. Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
I think it's so great. Yeah. Even Kathleen. I think there was men were called Kay. Anyways. But just really cool. So
yeah.
I always love the etymology of
I do like
names and where they come from. I always ask people, how did you get your name? How did that happen?
I'm pretty sure it was a friend. I was actually just thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
But.
And is it like Dale?
Yep.
Like Dale? Okay, Dale.
Yep.
I like it. Okay, so just before we started, I came in and you and my producer Ben were talking about tattoo situations. But we'll get to that. Let's talk about Blendz.
Okay. Blendz is, that was 8.5 years of my life. And it's weird.
Yeah. I went in there when it was very new. Mm-hmm. It was very new. And so I tried a little.
Yeah, we had moved
smoothie
to North Bay, and I say we, as me and Blendz. It was just me.
It's just me.
I moved to North Bay again because I did grow up here.
Okay.
So I moved back to North Bay in 2021.
Yeah.
So Blendz was open for 4.5 years before I sold it. Right now. And yeah, so they'll be open 5 years this year in North Bay.
Okay. So when did you start it then?
I started in 2017.
But as Blendz, is it a chain?
Nope.
No.
Just me.
You started it. Okay.
Yeah. I will give you a quick synopsis of the backstory.
I want the full synopsis of the backstory.
I'm trying to this is my third podcast I've been on for Blendz. So one was during the COVID.
Yeah.
One was in North Bay. And I feel like this is the perfect ending to the trio of Blendz podcasts.
Okay. I love
this. If you
this.
want new information, this is why I'm here.
Okay.
So yeah, we opened in Deep River at the back of a yoga studio, very small.
Oh, Deep River.
Basically what you would imagine a break room to be was the original Blendz. It was a break room.
Literally.
Yeah.
Somebody was sitting there with their coffee.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, I'm just going to turn the blender on.
No, but that was the size. It was the size of this room for sure.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I just had plug-in equipment. And so, yeah, that's where I started. And then within 11 months, we had completely grown out of that space and needed more space. So I relocated to a Main Street restaurant that was 2,400 square feet plus a basement.
Oh, wow.
In Pembroke.
Yes.
That's where we were living at the time. Was we were in Chalk River, which was between the two.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and we did really well during COVID and stayed open. But then my husband was releasing for the military, and he really wanted to move back home. And I had my daughter. She was only 3 months old when COVID hit. So,
Oh my gosh.
she was
It's
a
hard.
year and a half by the time we decided to move back to North Bay. But COVID was it was so long,
Yeah.
It's referring to COVID as a time period.
Exactly,
Is
it
really
is.
a period
Yeah.
of a full 2+ years.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of mid some sort of pandemic lockdown always, right?
Yep.
We lasted through all that, and it was stressful. And yeah, I think I had one staff member left there through all of COVID. Me and him were just rocking it. I had my baby at home. We had a very short day that we were open, and it was so stressful. So when he kind of said to me, I don't think I can keep doing this, I was like, you know what? Let's not.
You know what?
I will move. That's the sign I was looking for. So yeah, we moved to North Bay, and I reopened for the third time.
How did it why did you open it?
The first place?
The first place ever.
It was I was always going to open a business. I went to culinary administration school, so it was 3 years at Kendor.
Girl, I started in that program
Really?
when I came back to North Bay.
Oh, that's so
I grew up
funny.
and it's so funny that you mentioned Pembroke because my grandma was not from Pembroke, but she lived there for most of I always knew her as Pembroke.
Yeah.
So we'd always go through Deep River because we came from Timmins. We went through North Bay. And when we got to Deep River, we got to go to the Laurentian freaking Dairy Bar.
Yeah, so we were right next to that.
Girl, I love it's no longer.
No
right?
longer.
But it was it was the jam, man.
Yeah, it
Everybody
was
went
the
to Laurentian's
best.
Dairy Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'd hit Chalk River, and I knew I get so excited by Chalk River because then Pembroke wasn't far.
Yep, true.
And I was like,
Yep.
and I get so excited. To see
I have
my
such
Grammy.
a heart for that area. It was hard to leave. It's hard to leave my friends and everything that we had established.
Yeah, because your husband was in Petawawa. Is he?
Oh, yeah,
Was he there?
working in
Yeah.
Petawawa.
Okay.
So yeah.
Aw, and then so you went to the culinary, and that's funny because when I came back to North Bay, I did 1 semester of that.
That's funny.
Loved the course, loved it. Was
She was rough.
oh my god, so rough. And did you have Mr. Lebrun for accounting?
No.
Oh shoot, okay, I was probably there way before you.
I actually got to skip first year accounting because I tested so high. I like math. I'm a math nerd.
Oh, do you? Okay, my niece loves math. I am not a math nerd, but I loved accounting. I loved it. And he also taught us law, which I freaking like.
I don't remember
If I
taking
didn't
law.
do acting, I would have done, I would have been a lawyer. Love it. He did, and his course was awesome. It was, it was a university course. It was crazy. His exams, there was no multiple choice. It was you're a hotel owner and you have a hockey team who's staying over and somebody broke their neck in your pool. Now what do you do? Let me tell you, Monsieur Lebrun. Anyways, it was so fun.
You know what? Thinking back, the variety of courses that we got to take.
Yeah.
And there was one on unionizing. We had to take labor markets, and that was interesting.
Yeah.
And marketing.
Yeah.
I had always thought I had such an interest in the marketing class that we took.
Yeah.
That like if I hadn't taken culinary, I probably would have taken marketing because I found it so interesting, which ties into like statistics and little numbers. And like if you know me, which I'm assuming most people here don't, I love Excel. Like I'm like a little Excel nerd. I like spend all my time calculating formulas and making costs happen and looking at the data. And like I love that kind of stuff.
Marketing would have been it. And that's so funny because after I did the one semester of the culinary, I was like, I don't think I want to be married to a restaurant, right? Because like when you're in it, like that's your life. Like you have no like holidays, you're there, right?
Oh, I had committed to the 3-year program, and I just like really, I'm just not a quitter. Like I see everything through. This is who I am. But after the first year, I also was like, I don't want to commit to a restaurant. That sounds horrible. And the restaurant industry is as tough as they say.
Yeah.
I think that like Blendz is the cherry. It's the creme de la creme of the restaurant industry because I got to pick everything and I got to pick my hours. And like it really is the best of a really tough industry. And I will always say that there is like, I love Blendz very much as a brand, but the restaurant industry is just so hard. So yeah, I had also thought that I didn't want to work in a restaurant while I was in the program and still continued to see it through. But yeah, no, I feel like I always wanted to run my own place. Like I would always go to small businesses in like Huntsville, like all those little like lunch cafes. I'm like, one day this is going to be me. Like it's all I could think about forever. So then I was just serving at a restaurant. So when my friend was like, I'm opening up a yoga studio. I would love for someone to open a smoothie store in the back. I was like, opportunity, perfect, done.
You're like, ding, ding.
Check, check, check. And like 3 months later, I was opening.
Yeah. So, and then was your marketing, like, did you, I mean, with your interest in marketing, obviously, like you talked about like Blendz being a brand. And so then you had to kind of like brand yourself and you like, how did you come to the name? How did you like, what was it that you wanted it to be? Like, what did you want people to get out of Blendz?
I think I had really old school to today's standards point of view of like trying to be like a healthy brand.
Okay.
And I wanted to be better than competitors, the big brands who were like secretly using frozen yogurt and ice cream in their smoothies and calling it healthy, like the big greenwash.
Yeah.
And I was really dedicated to proving that you can make something really good without all of that stuff and like actually making a healthy brand and actually making food that's good for you. And like I have different views on like what food is healthy and good for you now, but at the time that's what I was trying to be, and I was trying to market to the yoga studio people.
Yeah.
But I think that I had watched so many other places open, not just restaurants but businesses in general, and I think there's a huge sometimes people forget to make a brand, you know what I mean? Like a strong brand awareness, a strong brand presence, and have values that are consistent, have like fonts that are consistent and colors that are consistent and like just so strong so that when you see these colors, you think of the brand, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's a thing that maybe some people forget to do in small business. And I get it. It's like, it's very, very busy. And if you don't know this stuff already, it's going to take a long time to learn because you're so busy all the time.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've always just had a little eye for marketing. So when I was opening, I printed on Vistaprint like this giant banner on the side of the brick building, and like I didn't even know how to hang it. I think I hang it from like the security cameras because I just like I would do these things and I'm just like it must be huge and like people must know we're coming soon. And so I had this giant banner on the highway so like people could see that we were coming soon, and things like that were really important to me to like do it in a way that I felt was very professional and very strong branded, instead of just like, you know, like when you're just starting out and you like print a little flyer and you're just like, this is Blendz, without having a proper sign. Like, no, I spent like thousands of dollars on my proper sign and the banner on the side of the thing. And then I was paying for Facebook advertising, and like I was really getting people hyped before I even opened. So I feel like I've just always had a good idea of how to like hype people up. And
which is, I mean, that's huge, right? Because you want, it's, I went into advertising creative media after I left the culinary. So then I went into that. And they talk about that, right? It's like certain brands, it's how you feel. when you have the brand. You know, you don't just want like the Nike t-shirt. You want people to know that you're wearing this Nike t-shirt because you want to portray yourself as this person who like is into health and fitness and like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just do it, like that kind of attitude, right? So it's like, when you're talking about that, you want people to come to Blendz because they're feeling good about themselves. They're making sure that they're like feeding their temple. Doing their you know?
Yeah, and I think that like upon the journey, the long journey that is Blendz, it's like discovering too that like people choose Blendz for a different reason. Like some people it is like feeding my temple and like making sure my food is natural, and some people are like, well, I haven't seen a vegetable in 4 days and I just like really need to pound it in. Some people just were coming because it was dairy free and
that's huge.
Just it was the only place in a lot of the towns that I opened at the time that was exclusively offering dairy free. So like we kind of had our own little niche, I guess, a natural niche that I kind of tried to avoid saying that at first. Like I don't know. I think I would maybe try to avoid it until I realized it was a superpower and like it attracted more people than it turned off. But I think at the time, like using words like dairy free or gluten free or vegan, some people thought it was synonymous with like gross and crunchy and brown.
Cardboard.
So along the way, I kind of picked up that like my customers liked that about me. It wasn't a fear of theirs. It was like a compliment to them. It was oh my God, I can eat anything here. And I think that became like my big driving force along the way too, was just like making people feel good. Because as much as I talk about marketing, it's all games, but it's not games at the expense of customers or people. Like I think I have a very pure brand and very pure goals that I've always stuck to. And if I'm changing anything or there's, you know, real lemonade in this, I'm very honest about it and I try to be very clear about what's in it. So I think that I was able to create like, yes, good marketing, but like a genuine connection with people.
We often talk about the rhythm of life in North Bay. For Amanda, that rhythm was fast. Hockey practices, baseball games, juggling a full-time career, and keeping up with 2 energetic boys. But life hit pause after routine surgery led to a call she never expected. Stage 2 breast cancer. No symptoms, no warning. Suddenly, Amanda was facing a double mastectomy, reconstruction, weeks of chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and several additional surgeries. The path ahead was overwhelming. Through every stage, one question stayed with her. How do I keep being mom for my boys? Amanda's care team at the North Bay Regional Health Center made all the difference. They understood how deeply she wanted to hold on to familiar routines, cheering from the stands, being there at bedtime, staying present in the moments that gave her strength. Their compassion kept her connected to the 2 people who kept her fighting. She stayed present. She stayed grounded. She stayed mom. This holiday season, help ensure patients have access to the exceptional care they need during life's most challenging moments. Your gift helps patients like Amanda stay connected to the people they love while strengthening healthcare for families across our region. Visit nbrhcfoundation.ca or call 705-495-8125 to give.
The smoothies are delicious.
Thank you.
In the summer, we did a nice little on-site podcast, and the guests that we had on brought stuff from the restaurant. And it was just like even the color of the smoothies. They brought, I think, 4 different ones. There was like a pink one and a green one and
they weren't
orange.
Brown.
Exactly. They were brown. They were like all the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
They were just beautiful to look at, and then just oh my God, just tasting it was just like boom, like just a party. Like, it was amazing.
Like just even. Like you say, Matt, it makes me very proud because like I made all those recipes myself. Like I did this. This is my brainchild. And even just people coming in being like, have you tried this smoothie? And I'm like sitting there like snickering to myself like, yeah, I made it up.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, yeah, I know what it tastes like.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay. So now you said, okay, wait, now you sold it?
Yeah. Yep, she's sold.
When did that happen?
We had listed for sale in July. At the end of July, and we did have quite a few people come through. Nobody was ever able to get the financing. Like some of them were trying to go through, but it's a tough time to lend, and it's always a tough time to lend to restaurants. And it eventually ended up going like more of a private sale to one of my ex-employees.
Okay.
Who had kind of like always stayed in the Blendz drift, you know what I mean? Like even when she wasn't there, she would come back and work. Like I loved having her there. She loved working for me. I always think it's interesting because people would be like, ex-employee. And she had only left because was offered like a full-time opportunity with benefits and everything like that. And at the time I had encouraged her to go because I was like, we're a small business. I can't offer you what these people are offering you. And as a friend, like I think that you should take that. And so the timing just kind of worked out where she was feeling ready to leave that job and like move on. She wanted more responsibility. And I was like, I was very ready to be done with Blendz. As much as I think the whole fall, I went through a period of like, oh my goodness, I'm so done. I never want to like deal with the stress of this again. And then I love this brand so much, and oh my goodness, I should just stay forever.
Yeah.
Like I'm crazy for wanting to sell it. I should just stay forever. And so it was just kind of like this constant cycling of like, well, what am I doing? Yeah. And also, oh my goodness, I really want to be done, but I can't just quit and I can't just like leave it.
Yeah.
Because this is a restaurant that's worth something. Like it's not valueless. It means so much to so many people, and we have good assets and we have good branding, and we have like, it's so nice to have sold it at a high point, not a low point.
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
because you had to, right? Like it was like, no, you just wanted to change. And
Exactly. I didn't have to. I wanted to. So people kept asking like, well, what if it doesn't sell? And I'm like, then it doesn't sell. Like I felt something else calling me, and I had to see it through. But if it wasn't the right time and it didn't sell, I was planning on just taking it off the market after the listing was expired in December. And I was like, you know what? Maybe then I'm just supposed to stay. And like there wasn't a big giant reason of like, I need to be done with this. It was just like a calling of, you know, like I think I'm ready to move on. Like let's dip our toes in and see what happens. So I'm like ultimately so grateful that it was Megan who took it over, because she wanted to keep it Blendz, and she loves the brand and the recipes and the values, and she wants to keep that consistent, and I'm forever grateful that she is, because then it softens the blow for me.
Exactly. You're leaving your baby with somebody you trust. For sure.
People be mad at me, and people were really mad at me
for leaving. Oh my God.
For listing it for sale.
Which actually is a real compliment, right? Because they were scared that like, well, what if somebody buys it and then they switch the brand or they change all the recipes? Like, what we're going to lose
so much,
right?
It means so much to people.
That's right. Yeah, you have a
just
huge following, right? So it's like they're loyal to the brand and they didn't want it to change, which is awesome.
But it was hard. Hearing that all the time, it was hard. I would go home and cry.
Right? You'd be like, am I doing the right thing?
Sorry, but I'm allowed to quit my job.
Yeah. And when you're talking about this calling, what was this calling?
This calling? I just like... That's a weird way to ask that question.
What was the calling? One night in bed at 2 a.m., you woke up and you were like, this is my new life.
Yeah, I decided to go all in and like sell my restaurant to make no money as a tattoo apprentice.
Yes. How did that come to be?
I had gotten tattoos when I was younger, and then I started getting tattooed again like about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And they talk about the tattoo addiction. It's very
I was just going to ask, is it true that when you get one, you can't stop?
Absolutely. Especially when you have good artists and like nice people that you're working with. I think that adds to it.
Okay.
And also I think that like tattooing, this is a little rah-rah, but I think that tattooing like means a lot to a lot of different people. And for me at the time of my life that I started getting tattooed again, it was very much like taking my own persona back and like letting go of the expectations that everybody else had of me of like, well, like a business owner shouldn't look like that, or my parents and like, well, my daughter, like nobody else had tattoos in my family. My parents didn't like it, and like that, just letting go of like all the things that you're supposed to be and allowing yourself your own identity and self-expression. It was like, I think that anybody who starts to get quote unquote heavily tattooed, it's there's a reason, there's a journey. And for a lot of people too, it's like pain management. People who have chronic pain a lot of the time will start getting tattooed because it's a pain that you can choose and control when you have so much that's uncontrollable in your life.
Okay.
So I don't know. It hit me at the right time.
Yeah.
The addiction definitely took over. And then I had drawn a tattoo, this one. So I had drawn it for like me and my daughter because we both have December birthdays.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's like
The daffodil and the was it a daisy? No,
daffodil
and
and actually, so this is the classic daffodil, which is
Okay.
always my favorite flower.
Yeah.
And then this is the actual daffodil of
oh,
December.
shoot. Okay.
And my
did not
daughter's
know that.
name is Daphne, so we always called our favorite flowers Daffodils.
Stop.
So yeah, that's been my favorite flower forever. And so I drew a version of that tattoo. I mean, he made it a lot better, but and then I think during that tattoo appointment, he was like, my tattoo artist was like, oh, so you like to draw? Like, what do you draw? And I was like, I don't draw. Like, what
I'm not an artist.
I
What?
haven't drawn since I was in high school. And I did take every art class I could possibly take when I was in high school, but I had kind of dropped the habit over the
Okay.
years because, you know, busy and
Sure.
parent and all the things.
Yeah. Doing everything that you were supposed to do.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. And every hobby must make you money, right? Like this
course.
is the society we live in. Oh, you're good at
Yes.
knitting, sell your knitting. You're good at
right? Where's your Insta page? Where's your how can
yep,
I buy some? You're like, what if I
absolutely.
just want to do it because it's fun? Like,
Yeah, it's all for sale.
yeah.
So I think I just started drawing after that. And also simultaneously, Good Atlas had opened in town.
Good Atlas,
And like,
yeah.
I love a small business. So like
Yes.
going in and like seeing all the fancy things, it just made me want to have the fancy hobby. So yeah, I started drawing kind of after that because I was like, wait, can I draw? Like, I don't know. So I went and I got like a sketchbook from Good Atlas and pens and pencils and the whole nine. And I started drawing for tattoos because it was just like I was very much on my tattoo journey. It's all I could think about. It's yeah, it was literally just on my mind all the time. I'd be at Blendz like chopping carrots and I'm like, that carrot's so beautiful. I could totally draw that. And I'd like take a picture of a carrot and I would try and draw a carrot in like a tattoo style. Because it
yeah.
was like my two kind of hobbies of like loving food.
God, I love that,
And
though.
loving tattoos. I guess 3 hobbies. And then now loving drawing was all kind of melding together into like all I was drawing was like vegetables at first.
God, I freaking love it. How fun is that though? Who wouldn't love a freaking little like vegetable tattoo?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I drew like these really cute dumplings with like little faces on them
little
and stuff like
rutabaga
that.
or something?
Yeah.
A sweet potato?
Yeah, so it just started getting really
Okay.
fun and all of the things just started like spitballing.
It's like
and
the trifecta though. Like that's kind of crazy that like
Yeah.
everything was just melding into one.
It
Like,
really was, yeah.
Not a lot of people get that.
Yeah, I am
know?
like, I always
Yeah.
follow my heart.
Right.
So yeah, this and still even we're talking about years ago. I wasn't trying to be a tattoo artist. I just I really enjoyed drawing and I was really trying to get better at it and it was just really fun. And then one of my staff also really liked drawing. So we would just like talk and they really liked tattoos too. So we would just talk about tattoos and we would talk about drawing and it was just like
Yeah.
the obsession just never ended for me. So then
there, yeah.
and then people started saying to me, like, you should be a tattoo artist. I'm like, you're joking. Like, okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
That's what you say to everybody. I
Yeah,
know.
exactly. And then, so I had kind of, as I was getting like tattooed, I don't know, started asking my tattoo artist, like, so how would you draw that? Or like, what would you use for this? You know what I mean? Like still not realizing that this was anything that I wanted to do. And then like this past summer, like it was just a very stressful summer and I was working all the time and my landlord was like, oh, I'm going to increase your rent again. The last time he increased it was like $500 a month. Like it was an exponential amount to the point where like I was like, oh, and I was just about to get out of debt and I was like, finally, I'm going to have extra money and I was like, oh, all this money is just going to go back to the landlord now. And this just seems to be the thing. You reach the next tier of business
Right.
and then it's the next
And then
challenge and tier and challenge, especially for restaurants because it's ongoing expenses that just like you're just kind of always last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I had always thought if I wasn't doing restaurants, which I mean, like I said, I love the work. I love Blendz. But if I wasn't doing it, I wanted to be in the service industry, whatever that might be. So before I had even listed, I had messaged Shay, my tattoo artist, and I was like, can we talk about tattooing? And so I met up with him, and I was like, well, what do you think about me tattooing? And he was like, don't do it.
Why? Why did he say?
He said it's a tough industry. You got to be really committed. And like, some years you're down, some years you're up, but it's not consistent. And I was like, but that is what I'm used to.
Yeah.
It's like, that's,
oh my God,
that's food.
Restaurant business. Yeah, exactly.
Like some years you're up, some years you're down. And so he'd kind of given me like a warning, but he was also like, you'd be good at like anything, I'm sure. Like, look at the dedication, you know what I mean? But yeah, so before I had even listed, we had that conversation. And then instead of taking his advice, I was like, all right, done. So I listed it. And then, like, I mean, nothing was set in stone at that time, but I just needed to know there was some sort of possibility that, like, am I talented enough to make it in this at all? So over the next, like, I don't know, 5 months or something, I was building up a portfolio. Okay. I had other tattoo artist friends that I was talking with about it and looking on Instagram and TikTok what other people's portfolios looked like and tips of what they needed. So I kind of kept going back and we kept having meetings just about like what it would look like. And even at the time, I was still like, I don't know, do I want to tattoo? Like if Blendz was listed for sale and I was like, do I want to tattoo or do I want to
do you have to
go back to school? Like,
yeah, exactly. I was going to say, like, your portfolio. Is this like pictures in your portfolio or actual tattoos that you've done? Like,
no,
can you
they're
just
drawings.
They're drawings. And then do you apprentice? Like, how do you start tattooing?
Yeah,
like, how
so
does that?
It's not a regulated industry.
So you don't need like a license, do you?
You do not need a license.
Okay.
But I guess the like proper way to get into a shop is to apprentice under somebody who is willing to teach you. Because, I mean, it's just one of those things where like you could do it on your own, but you're probably going to mess a lot of people up. And like there's a lot of health and safety standards to it.
For sure, yeah.
And then there's just a lot of like drawing talent and things that you need to know to structure a tattoo well to make it last over time. So these are things that like you really need to learn under someone. Or you really should learn under someone. So that's the way that I wanted to do it. So, I mean...
Are you going to go with, is it Shay?
Yeah.
You're going to apprentice under her?
Yeah.
Are you doing it now? Did you start already? Not yet. Oh, no, this is like
just about to start.
This is breaking news.
This is breaking news.
This is breaking news right here on Do Not Fade With Love.
I mean, I have to also honorary shout out my friend Katie at Wallflower Tattoo because she had also given me a lot of help and advice and... I had highly considered working there too. Her specialty is like realism, specifically black work. Like she doesn't do color.
Okay.
And her clientele is younger, which is like cool too, because her clientele is like very younger. I would say like the 20-30 range.
Okay.
And then with Shay at Black Iron, I would say his clientele is like the 30+ range, right? So it's kind of choosing between like different markets as well, but like all of my drawings, I really like traditional drawings. I really like bold color, bold lines and everything like that. And the old school machines and stuff. It's just interesting to me. So I want to learn on that. So that's who I ended up going with as my selection for apprenticing, which is
amazing.
Yeah, crazy. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot of meetings, a lot of try this, come back, work on this, you know what I mean? And even taking your portfolio places. Like, I'm used to being the boss. I'm used to being like the complimented, oh, we love your stuff, blah, blah, blah. And here I am, like, taking my portfolio around town, and everyone's like, this, you need to work on this. This is not very good. The color in this is all wrong.
There's so much to like I watch these tattoo shows.
Yeah.
And it boggles my mind. Like, I don't have any right now. I'm always toying with, like, what would I get? Would I ever get one? I don't know. But it's the work that these guys are doing it's incredible.
It's incredible.
I mean, because it's not a flat canvas.
No, it's a moving canvas.
It's a moving, living canvas. There's like, you know, if somebody wants like a face here or something, like you have to consider like how's the nose gonna look, because there's like angles and roundness and like
choosing like even just
color and
just this one again. It's like it's placed well because it's placed on a muscle that goes this way.
Yeah,
and these are other things that you need to learn in apprenticeships, and just like also just how to talk to people and.
Because it's a huge, like, are you nervous? Like, you must be, because...
Oh, my goodness, I'm scared.
Like, it doesn't come out. You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't come out.
Right? So it's like you have to really know what this person wants and really, like, test it out and, draw it and then redraw it or just, like, whatever. But
beyond scared. Beyond scared.
But it's exciting. I mean, I think this is amazing. Like, again, how many people can say that they've done this? Like, oh, yeah. Like, I've opened my restaurant that I've always wanted to open. Did it, done it, got the T-shirt, got the freaking smoothies, close that up. Now I'm doing something else that I've always dreamed of doing. Like, what?
I'm not sure.
That's amazing.
I'm not sure if anybody else has ever done
You're my hero.
Specific job thing.
Pretty much.
There was another guy that I had seen on Instagram who used to be a chef and went into the tattoo industry. And so I did actually cold message him one day and was like, what's the vibe? What do you like better, chef or tattoos?
Yeah.
Like, what's the situation? He was like, everyday tattoos for sure. Like, this is it's so much, the hours are better. Like, I don't miss working in a restaurant at all. Like, you're doing something you love. And I mean, I still was doing something I love, but
true.
I just was ready for also like the parenting thing of being able to like book days off and whatnot and just
That's right.
be a little bit more present other than being stuck at the restaurant and working on my weekends and canceling all my camping trips. And like, I know that both are high commitment jobs with a lot of hours for sure. But the goal is a little bit more balance.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're my hero, dude.
We'll see.
Okay, one last question though before I let you go, because let's go back to Blendz for a second.
Yeah.
So when Euphoria was in town, Blendz wasn't here.
Nope.
So I can talk about Euphoria. I was slightly addicted to their cafe latte.
What?
The cafe latte smoothie that they did.
Okay.
So I don't know if Blendz has
not
anything
see
like
that
that. Do you have anything like that?
We have a Java smoothie. You gotta try it.
Okay, that's what I want to know. I'm like, is there anything? Because I love me my coffee. I love the taste of
tell
coffee.
you.
I love coffee.
And I also love
now
we
smoothies.
know the Java is a comparable Euphoria smoothie. Perhaps I didn't try that one.
I'm gonna try it. So
but there are two drinks at Blendz that I did make because I loved the Euphoria version so much.
Which ones? What are they called?
So the raspberry squeeze
Okay.
was based off. They had this like. I forget
I
what they
do
called
remember
it. It was
that
like
one.
raspberry
Yeah.
dragon or something.
Yeah, it was. Yes,
it was like
a dragon something.
vanilla and lemon and raspberry. And I tried my best to copy that recipe, and I made the raspberry squeeze. So that is a Euphoria-based smoothie.
Okay.
The other one was the Arctic chai. I don't know if you ever
The
had
Arctic
that.
chai.
Which is like a hard
did like
sell
it.
to say it was a smoothie because I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure that was all frozen yogurt. Ours isn't a smoothie, but we have a chai milkshake that is the Arctic chai. You got to try it.
Yeah, the chai. I actually really like the chai, from Euphoria. And then I just got onto the cafe latte one, and it was just like to die for. It was so thick and creamy, and like it was just like, like coffee.
I'll try the Java.
Okay, I'm gonna try the Java.
Yeah, but even saying this, I'm like, I do still work there one day a week, Mondays.
Okay.
I am now an employee of Blendz.
Girl. Okay.
Because you make no money tattoo apprenticing at all. There's no money for a while. So that's my part-time gig is working at Blendz, which is nice.
Do you show up late for your shifts?
Sometimes, yeah.
So you're like, I'm gonna take an extra break, man. I'm gonna be in the back.
Seriously, don't mind me. I'm just on my phone.
Like, get off your phone, Dale.
No, I work harder than ever because I'm like, oh my goodness, you're paying me your money.
Yeah.
Like now I'm so hyper
get it.
aware. And
Yeah.
I was always working hard before, but like the fact that I'm on someone else's dime and I haven't been an employee for since 2017, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness, like don't talk to me. I actually have to be cutting all of these bananas right now.
Get this
like
done.
I'm very serious about working
the
my
best
shifts
employee.
and taking and allowing Megan the opportunity to be the boss and not stepping on toes. And like I keep checking in with her and I'm like, oh, would you like me to discount this expired product? Like, and it's like, of course I'm going to discount it, but just like allowing her the opportunity to make decisions and be the boss and feel like she has ownership of the place, even if I'm working there. I'm not bossing there anymore. That's not what I do. So it's been weird. But even it's funny that I keep saying like we, but it's not me anymore.
Yeah.
It's them. It's her.
All right. Well, I'll have to buzz over there on a Monday.
Definitely
Get me a little smoothie. Yeah, they were delicious. Oh my gosh, we love them so much. They were so good.
Yeah, that was a good pop-up picnic in the summer. That was a fun one.
And it was hot. It was like, what was it? Then it was like 48 degrees in the shade.
Yeah,
a
I
bit
think that
crazy.
most people during that were getting the Pink Pony Club smoothie. If I can plug a little bit too.
Pink Pony Club.
You know it.
I'm gonna get one working. New adventure. She's now going to be a tattoo artist. And what's fun is this is actually like breaking news. Like this is the first time she's actually saying it. She texted Shay, her I don't know what you call it, boss. I'm not sure. She's doing her apprenticeship under Shay, but she kind of texted and said, "Hey, can I actually talk about this on the podcast today?" Or he was like, "Yeah, tell the world, Dale." So that's what she's going to be doing. I think it's amazing. I also love that she loves Blendz so much and loves Megan, who took it over. That she goes back to work 1 day a week, as an employee and stuff. And yeah, I just think that's great. And I love that she's, letting Megan really take a leadership role. I think that's awesome. Anyway, head over to our website, guys, northbayecho.ca. You can sign up for a newsletter there. You can check out the other podcasts that are available on the Echo Network. And yeah, look after yourselves. Stay warm. Wear your mittens and your scarf. And we'll see you next time.